All right, hello everybody. It's been a minute. It's been more than a minute, hasn't it? I don't even remember the last time I did a Dombrov thing the other day in Pocket Pen or an update. There's Nathaniel Nate Advocate 8 on here. So we are gonna slog through and continue on round one of this tournament that we've been playing. So tonight it's gonna be wow. I thought we had the Rays and Red Sox. I guess we didn't do that game. Thought we did, but maybe we didn't. Ha. All right. So that, or I'm losing my the cheese has slipped off my cracker. Yep, got the. I guess we didn't do this one. All right. So we got that. We also have the Rangers and the Giants, and the Royals and the Pirates, and then we're just about to get it done. All right, you downloaded Baseball for Windows. Are you in the Ned McGreevy Discord, Nathaniel? Let me know if you are. I'm on OBS, so there's going to be a little 6-second delay to you hear this, and I get your typed reply. And if you aren't, you need to be on there, and I can help you out if you know what I'm saying. All right, you're not. You need to be. I've got to get John DFW to get me a working invite link because I don't want you putting your email in a public chat like this. So I will reach out to John DFW, and I don't know why I'm getting no data on here. So hopefully you can still hear me, and this thing will get its shit together here. I have no idea. Anyhow, man, I will get you hooked up. All right, there we go. All right. Yeah, because putting your email out on a YouTube chat, not a good idea. What I should do is create an email just for this, so I could put in there and say, just email me at this address. I need to create one of those. All right. Anyhow, boy, let me see here. I really, really thought we did the Rays and the Red Sox, but I guess we didn't. Oh well. All right. Anyhow, let's go back to our play ball. And let's do Texas and New York. Is this it? Yep. So here we go. All right, we are going to once again. This is a one and done tournament type thing, and these teams were selected by Associated Press writers and posted to a site called Boston.com. I don't remember if the link is down in the chat or not. If it is, go for it, and you can check out the teams yourself. Maybe set up something for your own self, for your own self. All right. So tonight, the Texas 2011 Rangers will take on the 1905 New York Giants. It'll be C.J. Wilson versus Christy Mathewson, and let's get going. It is 11:05 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and we are closing in on the beginning of about 9 days, the summer solstice. So I know, touch wood, it's been we haven't had any 90-degree days here yet. Last year we even had one in April, so it's been a little bit more rainy than anything. All right, a lot of people will say, "Oh, but where's the world champion Texas Rangers?" This was done in 2017, so at that time this was considered obviously the best Texas Rangers team. All right, leading off in center field will be Craig Gentry, batting second at first base. Michael Young, batting third and catching. Mike Napoli, batting in the cleanup spot at third base. Adrian Beltre, batting fifth in left field. Josh Hamilton, batting sixth at second base. Ian Kinsler, batting seventh in right field. Nelson Cruz, in the eighth spot at shortstop. Elvis Andrus, and pitching and batting ninth. C.J. Wilson in 2011 for these Texas Rangers. 16 wins, 7 losses, a 2.94 earned run average, a whip of 1.19, 8.3 strikeouts per 9 innings, and 3 walks per 9. For the hometown 1905 New York Giants, leading off in left field, Sam Mertes. Batting second at shortstop, Bad Bill Dolan. Batting third in center field, Turkey Mike Donlin. In the fourth slot at first base, Dan McGann. Batting fifth in right field, George Brown. Batting sixth and catching, Roger Bresnahan. Batting seventh at third base, Art Devlin. Batting eighth, second baseman Billy Gilbert. And pitching and batting ninth, one of the inaugural class of the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, Big Six, Christy Mathewson from Factoryville, Pennsylvania, graduate of Bucknell College, now Bucknell University. In 1905, 31 wins, 9 losses, a 1.28 earned run average, a whip of 0.93, 5.5 strikeouts per 9 innings, 1.7 walks. So we are on our way to the Polo Grounds. It's partly cloudy at game time, 58 degrees, and the wind blowing out to center 11 miles per hour. So before we jump into this, I do want to remind everybody on Bernie Strom's channel on this coming Saturday night at 10 p.m. will be the return of the Diamonds and Dice um, podcast. So, hosted by Bernie Strom. We switch off. I do it 1 month. He does it 1 month. We've had like a year off. I didn't even realize. So, we're going to be talking about digital and cards and dice baseball, but not in one versus the other, but just sort of why we play it. So, it's going to be a little format there. If some people want to come on and make some short comments, because Bernie likes to keep these things to an hour. And if we want to continue the conversation, we certainly can on a chin wag or something like that. But looking forward to teaming up with my buddy Bernie Strom. So that'll be Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 7 o'clock for Bernie. So good for him, right? Your Giants will be favored in this game. Just do not see the Rangers getting a lot of hits. So, yeah, that's what's been interesting. We've had dead ball teams move ahead, but the dead ball teams have not lain down to these to the more modern teams, and we've had some older teams advance. So we're gonna have a good mix as we get into round two. All right, so Nathaniel is feeling that the Giants are going to be favoring this game, and we will find out. Pre-game analytics seem to show that, and let's get to the Polo Grounds. And here we are. So this is a very early Polo Grounds, again, courtesy of Mike Silva. So it doesn't have that cutaway built into it yet or anything like that. But still that short left and right field porch. But big ballpark fans out quickly to center field. Before we continue with out of the park baseball, I want to say I'm pretty chuffed that there's some people, and I'm sure Richard Dombrowski was even more chuffed. A couple people have picked up Dombrov baseball. Apparently, one of our family here, Sam Smith, has been sort of talking to or texting with Richard, and Richard is considering changing up the splash screen and the user interface. It's a really good baseball game, and you guys know that my knock on it really is the user interface. It's just not good. So hopefully Richard will do that. Richard, you have a great game. I don't know if you ever heard tune into this channel or what. You have a hell of a game that's being hampered by just bad UI and some pretty bad graphics. So let's hope. But guys are enjoying it. Jack Dawson's enjoying it. Samuel Smith really likes it. I like it. It's a good game. It's a really good baseball game that if Richard can just do some UI redesign and a little bit of graphic prettiness. And I'm again, I'm an artist. I'm a graphic artist. I'll offer my services for free. So there we go. All right, let's look at the starting defense for the 1905 New York Giants. In left field, it's Sam Murdy's in center, Turkey McDonald, and in right, George Brown. From first to third, we've got Dan McGann, Billy Gilbert, Bill Dolan, and Art Devlin. Great Roger Bresnahan is catching, and on the mound is Big Six. Leading off here is Craig Gentry, a 271 average in 2011 for Gentry, with a home run, 13 runs batted in. He's got some good speed. So the Giants are going to want to keep him off the base paths, and Craig Gentry is going to try to show them that I can play dead ball baseball too. All right. Let's do our little pan around here of Polo Grounds circa 1905. And the 3-2 pitch from Mathewson to Gentry. And Mathewson missing on the first pitch, coming with a curveball. And here we go. We're talking about keeping Gentry off the bases, and he gets the free pass by Christy Mathewson. All right, batting in the second slot here is Michael Young. 11 home runs, 106 runs batted in, and a .338 average for this Rangers club. So Bresnahan and Mathewson keeping a close eye on Gentry. McGann holding him on at first. 1-1 pitch on the way and swung on, and this one scorched into right. Base field, Gentry, base hit into right, and Gentry is going to stop at second base. George Brown getting to that ball very quickly. 2 on, nobody out, just underway here at the Polo Grounds as the catcher Mike Napoli stepped in. Napoli had a good year for these Texas Rangers, platooning at catcher, 369 at bats, had 30 home runs, 75 runs batted in, and a .320 average. So Mathewson in some potential early trouble here. The Giants looking to turn 2. Full count. Napoli chases one out of the strike zone. So a little fastball there by Mathewson. Chalk up strikeout number 1. Stepping to the plate now, Adrian Beltre, and this is a bat you do not want to trifle with. 32 home runs, 105 runs batted in, a .296 average for the third baseman of these Texas Rangers. Mathewson peers in, has the sign from the Duke of Tralee. The wind and the 0-1 pitch, sinking line to the right. This is going to get down and all the way to the wall, and it looks like Beltre is going to have himself just a 1 RBI double. How about that? So Texas tallying 1 here in the top of the first, 2 in scoring position, 1 down, and here comes Josh Hamilton. Hamilton, a .289 average in 2011, 25 home runs, 94 runs batted in, 1-0 pitch. And this one, Tapper to second, and they're going to go to first for the out, but the run will score. Gilbert up with it and over to first. Michael Young scores, and Texas now has a crooked number here in the top of the first inning. Brings up Ian Kinsler now with 32 round trippers, 77 runs batted in, and a .255 average. Adrian Beltre at third, 2 down, top of the first. Here's the pitch, and swung on, and this one just a lazy fly ball out there to right field, and Brown trots in and makes the catch. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We go to the bottom of the first here. The 2011 Texas Rangers 2 and the 1905 New York Giants coming to bat. So let's look at the starting defense here. In left field for the Rangers, Josh Hamilton. In center, Craig Gentry. And in right, Nelson Cruz. Going around the horn from third to first, just to trip everybody up, Adrian Beltre, Elvis Andrus, Ian Kinsler, Michael Young. Catching Mike Napoli, and on the mound, C.J. Wilson. All right, Christy Mathewson not off to a good start. He is not. He is not. All right. It's interesting. Mathewson, I played with Mathewson in a bunch of different projects and things like that at Alva Park Baseball. And Alva Park Baseball, not terribly kind to Big Six. All right, Napoli sets the target, flashes the signs. Lefty C.J. Wilson ahead in the count, 0-1 to Sam Murdy's. And Murdy swings this one. Weak little tapper to short, going to be close at first, and they get him by a half a step. Murdy's good speed going down the line. Good job by Andrus there to stay with that ball, not rush it. All right, here's Bad Bill Dolan now. .242 average, 7 homers, 81 ribbies. One of the baddest dudes ever in any sport. 3-2 pitch to Bad Bill. Dolan swings, and this one, high fly ball out to right. And Rangers right. No, this one's going to bounce off the base of the wall. I misjudged that one. Dolan is going to stop at second. So here come the New York Giants. All right, brings up Turkey Mike Donlin, part-time vaudeville actor and part-time baseball player, and had himself a hot wife too, I might say. 7 home runs, 80 runs batted in, a .356 average. Had Donlin just kept his attention on baseball, Donlin could have very well been a Hall of Famer. Really, really great baseball player. 0-2 pitch to Turkey Mike. Donlin looks at one on the outside corner. That one a little cut fastball action there by C.J. Wilson. He picks up his first strikeout, 2 away. Bad Bill in scoring position at second for the cleanup hitter, Dan McGann, the first baseman, with a 299 average, 5 homers, 75 runs batted in. There's my buddy Jack Dawson. How you doing, John or Jack? Good to see you. Jack, loving Dombrov baseball, and hopefully we're going to see some cosmetic changes to it, some much needed ones, because it's a fine, fine baseball game. He's doing 1976. 2-2 pitch on the way now. And McGann swings and misses. A side retired. The Giants leave a runner in scoring position. We go to the top of the second. The Rangers leading the Giants 2-0. And Nelson Cruz, Elvis Andrus, and C.J. Wilson do up here the bottom part of the Texas Rangers lineup, 7, 8, and 9. For Cruz, 29 home runs, 87 runs batted in, and a 263 average. Matty with a strikeout and a walk and down 2 runs here in the top of the second. 2-1 pitch to Nelson Cruz, and Cruz taps this one onto Bad Bill Dolan. Bad Bill Dolan gloves it, fires onto McGann for the 6-3 putout. So Christy Mathewson has been behind in just about every count. All right, here's Elvis Andrus now. Andrus with 5 home runs, 60 ribbies, and a 279 average. Really solid up and down the line, these Texas Rangers. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that time Christy Mathewson coming with a screwball, or what it was called back then, what he named it, the fadeaway. Second strikeout for Mathewson. Mathewson purportedly taught that pitch by the great Rube Foster, who we definitely have to talk about some night. All right. Doing okay. Jack, some things going on right now that are, so good. But it's good to be among you guys, so thank you for asking. All right, 2 down, bases empty now for C.J. Wilson. 0-2 pitch on the way. Lefty swings and misses, and Mathewson rings up another. That one on a curveball. So the Rangers go quietly. We go to the bottom of the second inning. The Rangers lead the Giants 2-0. George Brown, Roger Bresnahan, and Art Devlin due up for McGraw's 9 here. George Brown hit 293 in 1905, 4 home runs, 43 runs batted in. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Oh, nice knee buckler there. Slider coming in there from C.J. Wilson. That will take care of George Brown. Wilson picking up his 3rd strikeout, and here's the Duke of Tralee, catcher Roger Bresnahan. 46 ribbies, a 302 average for the 1905 New York Giants. 2-2 pitch on the way to Bresnahan. Bresnahan swing and a miss on a curveball. So C.J. Wilson looking a bit more like Walter Johnson out there, or Rube Waddell. More like Rube Waddell since he's a lefty. Here's Art Devlin now. Devlin, 2 round trippers, 61 runs batted in, and a 246 average for him as Corey Highfield joins us here at the ballpark, at the Polo Grounds. Good to see you, Corey. Hope all is well, my friend. All right, here we go. 1-2 pitch on the way to Devlin from the lefty, and Art Devlin is hit. So, nothing intentional there. Probably just got away from C.J. Wilson. All right, here comes Billy Gilbert now. Billy Gilbert, 247 average, 24 ribbies for the Giants second baseman. Devlin, decent speed on first. Definitely not the fastest of the New York Giants here in 1905. Here's the pitch. Gilbert cuts in the first pitch. Little tapper back to the mound. C.J. Wilson looks to second, goes to first for out number 3. No runs, no hits, and a runner left. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. The 2011 Rangers 2 and the 1905 New York Giants nothing as we continue. Round 1 of the Boston.com teams tournament here. 1 and done. I will be up front and tell you that even though there's a Pirates team in here, my sentimental favorite in this particular tournament, the 1922 St. Louis Browns, and I'm happy to report, and you guys have seen the game, some of you, they did advance to round 2. All right, we're back at the top of the order now for the Texas Rangers, and here's Craig Gentry. He walked his first time up, just as I was commenting that the Giants want to keep him off the base pass. He's got some good speed. Mathewson behind 3-1. Gentry swings, and this one is going to be a little seeing eye single straight up the middle. Gentry making the wide turn at first, and he will hold. All right, here is Michael Young now. Michael Young 1-for-1 in the game. Wouldn't be surprised to see Gentry run. Bresnahan, good arm behind the plate, though. Here's the pitch, and the runner goes. Bresnahan guns it down, and Gentry is out of there. So the New York battery was looking for that, and it happened just as it was supposed to. All right, so one down, bases empty. Michael Young gets back in the box. 2-1 pitch on the way from Big Six. And Michael Young, line drive, base hit into right field. All right, so fourth hit for the Texas Rangers now. Mike Napoli, 0-for-1. Michael Young leads off first. 3-2 pitch. Napoli swings. This one hit high and deep to left field. And this one is out of here. 2-run shot by Mike Napoli, 493 feet. That is a muscle job out there. So fans would be able to stand back here in that center field. And they are booing here in Gotham. Let's have a look at that one. This one, the exit velocity 115 off the bat of Napoli. Out there into no man's land. Touch 'em all, Mr. Napoli. Oops. All right, here we go. And I accidentally started up Dombrov Baseball because I clicked down here. Isn't that crazy? I don't even know where the hell it went. Oh well, it's running somewhere in the background. We're not going to worry about it. Cousin Ken Castro, it's been 13 years since I've seen you, pal. Good to see you, man. The heart and soul of this channel. Yes, so Napoli did have really good stats in 2011. In fact, Alla Park Baseball makes it really nice for you to kind of look at the stats. So yeah, 30 home runs, 25 doubles. Napoli had 320 in 2011 for the Texas Rangers. So I'm just looking at just basic batting right now. But yeah, really, really good. His WAR that year 5.7. So yeah, good year for Napoli, definitely. All right. Back to the ball game, and the New York Giants finding themselves down 4-0. Christy Mathewson facing Adrian Beltre now 1-for-1 with an RBI. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way. And that was a double, by the way, by Beltre. This one hit high out to center field. Donlin going back, and this one's going to go all the way to the wall. Mathewson, and going for 3 is Beltre. Beltre rounding, he's going for home. He's going for home. The throw to Bresnahan, the tag, and that is an inside the park home run. So how about that? You get to see a modern day baseball player hit an inside the park home run. Most home runs in the dead ball era were inside the park jobs. So there we go. This is a huge park. So no surprise there. 5-0. And as I've said, Christy Mathewson Day is done. For some reason, out of the park is not kind of Big Six. So Mathewson knocked out of the game. Claude Elliott now on in relief for the New York Giants. Do remember that I've set this default modern era, but I think that John McGraw probably would have hooked Big Six anyhow. Anyhow, 5-0 is your score. C.J. Wilson working on a one-hit shutout right now. So you know what, Nathaniel, I've just because I'm involved in Magic and I've known some gambling folk and stuff like that, including his name's Sal Piacente. He's one. You guys can look him up if you want. He is one of the world experts in casino gambling security, and that doesn't mean being a security guard with a badge. That means that Sal could play you in a game of poker and take all your money in 3 hands. One of the best. And he said, that, and I've had other gamblers tell me that anybody that bets on baseball is crazy. That a lot of like a big time legendary gamblers. This is the game. Yeah, we know about the 1919 series, but they've said this game is so unpredictable. You just never bet. That just these guys will not bet on baseball. And the guys I've talked to said you're a fool if you bet. It's fun to make little bets, but you're a fool if you bet on baseball. They say stay with football, basketball, the other sports, but don't bet on baseball. All right, here's Josh Hamilton now. Josh Hamilton does have an RBI in this game. 5-0 in favor of the Texas Rangers. Here's the pitch now by Claude Elliott. And swung on, and this is going to be a little quail into center field. Right center. So Josh Hamilton aboard, and the hit parade continues for the 2011 Texas Rangers as Ian Kinsler stands in. 0 for 1 for Kinsler. Here's the pitch. Kinsler chases out of the strike zone, so Elliott picks up a strikeout. A little fastball there by Elliott that was a bit outside. All right, here's Nelson Cruz. He is 0 for 1. 2 down, top of the third. 5-0 Rangers lead. 0-1 pitch. And this one, high and deep to right. And the Texas Rangers have brought the lumber today. Sammy Strang can only watch it go. Nelson Cruz parks this one 382 feet from home plate. So again, short porches, but this park gets real deep real fast. Let's have a look at that Nelson Cruz shot here. If you've been favoring the New York Giants, then you're going to be as shocked as I am on this one. So Cruz got his money's worth there, and another one goes into the grandstands here at Gotham. So 2 outs, and it is 7-0. Because this is a tournament, I'm not going to do a mercy roll in this. We're going to play it out. Dwayne Martz joining us. Hey, great to see you, Dwayne Martz. Dwayne Martz YouTube network. Definitely check that out as he continues his post-1960s bats. And some of us, well, me at least, hoping that he will someday get back to his World Series project. Giants not catching a break, and C.J. Wilson right now pitching a one-hitter, and we had an inside-the-park home run by a Ranger, not a New York Giant. So, weird scenes, inside the gold mine, as Jim Morrison sang. All right, here's Elvis Andrus now. He's 0 for 1. Base is empty, though that's not great news for the Giants. 0-1 pitch on the way to Andrus. And Andrus reaching out for this one. Tapper to short. Easy play there for Bad Bill Dolan, and that does it. But 5 runs plated for the 2011 Texas Rangers. We go to the bottom of the third. This is one of those games that's going to be just living hell to do because it's a blowout already. The Rangers 7 and the Giants nothing. Sammy Strang, and then we'll go to the top of the order, Sam Murdy's and Bad Bill Dolan. C.J. Wilson, through 2 innings of work, has struck out 4 batters. Good control tonight, no walks. 1-2 pitch on the way to Sammy. Strang swings and misses. This one change up on the inside. Sammy was swinging for the fences and just made a lot of oxygen and nitrogen and other noble gases just kind of swirl around cavernous polo grounds. Sam Murdy's now we're back at the top of the order. Yeah, not much going for these New York Giants right now. 0-2 pitch. Oh, Murdy's looks at the sinker on the outside corner. So 2 up, 2 down. Wilson looking for the trifecta here against Bad Bill. Bad Bill Dolan has the only Giants hit in this game. The 0-1 pitch, and that was a double. Dolan swings. This one lofted out to right field, and it's going to hang up there in the cross breezes. Nelson Cruz will tap the glove once, twice, 3 times, and bring it down. So the New York Giants go in order. We head to the top of the 4th in a laugher. It is 7-0 Rangers. Wow. Yes, he stood there by House by the side of the road. By the way, thank you guys. Getting some nice reactions to the little 45-second things that I'm doing on baseball players. So we've done Lou Gehrig and George Sisler so far. So thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate you. Just wanted to add some more education to the channel. Look for some more baseball stuff and in different formats coming up. These won't be live, but recorded videos that I'm creating and putting up. So thank you for that. So far we got 2 first basemen up there, 2 of the greatest, Gehrig and Sisler. All right, C.J. Wilson will lead things off, and Craig Gentry and Michael Young for the 2011 Rangers. 1-2 pitch on the way now from Claude Elliott. Swing and a miss, strike 3 in the inside corner. Claude Elliott picks up his second K of the game, back at the top of the order. Craig Gentry, 1 for 1 with a walk and a caught stealing. 1-2 pitch on the way to Gentry. And this one, tapper to short. Donlin has it and fires it on to Dan McGann at first for out number 2. And here's Michael Young. Good day at the plate for him. 2 for 2. Count full on Michael Young. Singled back into third. And he swings. This one's soft looper right to Dan McGann at first. So side retired for the Texas Rangers. And we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. And it's the Rangers still leading the Giants 7-0. I will let you know if there's a change, I promise you. I've thought about maybe doing... Oh, yeah, Jackie's going to be a special video when that happens. It's not going to be a 45-second job. I'm going to go all out. I'm actually thinking big, and I want to do a 30-minute sort of handcrafted video, if you will, of Jackie Robinson. So that's not going to be for a while, but yes, how could I not talk about Jackie Robinson? That will be coming up at some time. I just kind of pick these players at random as I'm working on different platforms right now. So going to be staying with the 45-second format. But when we get to players like Jackie Robinson and not selling the other guys short, but, you know, Jackie Robinson and Babe Ruth and Roberto Clemente, it's kind of hard to keep those at 45 seconds. But Jackie Robinson is going to be something very, very special, I promise you. All right, here we go. Turkey Mike Donlin, Dan McGann, and we'll see if John McGraw will allow Claude Elliott to hit for himself. Donlin, the lefty, in the box. C.J. Wilson with 7 runs in his back pocket, and he's given up 1 hit, and that was a double to Bad Bill Donlin. Here's the pitch to Donlin. First pitch swinging, swung on, and this one grounded to short. Quick throw over there. Nice play by Ovasandras for the 6-3 putout to get the speedy Turkey Mike Donlin. So 1 away now for Dan McGann, who is 0 for 1. Full count on McGann. Here is the pitch. McGann swings, and he gets deep to left. And the New York Giants are on the board. Finally, in the bottom of the 4th, Dan McGann, 320 feet. Loving that shorter left field porch here, as we said. Aaron Reed joining us here. How you doing there, cousin Aaron? Yeah, the Giants do have a lot of work to do, Jack. You're absolutely right. Well, not much for these Gotham fans to cheer about, so let's have a look at that home run by Dan McGann. Exit velocity. This is a big, just sort of looping shot. There we go. Touch them all, Dan McGann. All right. Looks like Claude Elliott will bat for himself. 1-0 pitch on the way. Elliott swings, makes some contact, just a little too hopper to third. Long throw across the diamond by Adrian Beltre to Young, and that will be the 5-3 putout. 2 down for the Duke of Trey Lee. Catcher in the box, full count. Bresnahan pops this one high in the infield, first base side. And waiting for it to come down there is Michael Young. So the New York Giants pick up a run. There was nobody left on. We head to the top of the 5th. The Rangers edging the Giants 7-1. There we go. John DFW, could you do us a favor, please? really quickly, my friend. I hate to ask you this, but that link never works for me. So Nathaniel is needing an invite to the Ned McGreevy Discord. If you wouldn't mind popping that link in there. I don't know why it doesn't work for me. It just doesn't, unless people are trying to use the app. So when I provide the link, it's for website Discord. So maybe that's what's going on. But if you wouldn't mind, John, Jeff Hunter. Hey, buddy, how you doing, man? Well, all is well here, hanging out with you guys. Things other ways not going so well, but good to hang out with you guys. So thanks for coming in, Jeff. Nathaniel, once you get that, join the Discord. Just join it on web or however you use Discord. And then I'm Beatles Eternally on there. No surprise. Friend me up, and then we'll get talking about APA baseball. All right, there it is. There is the link to Discord, guys, right there. So, um, Nathaniel, go ahead and click on that bad boy and join up. All right, here's Mike Napoli. Mike Napoli went yard, 2-run homer. These Texas Rangers are just dominating this great New York Giants squad. Full count now on Napoli. This time, just a swing and a miss. So Claude Elliott picking up his third strikeout of the game, just 2 behind Mathewson. Here's Adrian Beltre, home run for him in this game too, a big one for him. And Beltre swings this one deep to right field, and it's gone. Adrian Beltre going yard. Oh my goodness! So Adrian Beltre, should the Rangers hold on, and I'm pretty sure they will. He is looking at player of the game here. What a day for Adrian Beltre. 313 feet. If you're a Texas Rangers fan, you got to be pretty happy right now. Let's have a look at this one. And there she blows, Captain. That went about 10 rows back. So for the Rangers thus far, 8-9-0, and for the Giants, 1-2-0. So this is the first time that we are seeing an old-timey team getting its butt whooped here. This has not happened in this tournament till this game, guys. So Texas definitely representing John. Absolutely. Robbie is up in heaven smiling. You bet, man. I was thinking about that just coming on here. So Jack Dawson asks, good question. Beatles when the Giants were called the New York Giants. What year were they finally named the San Francisco Giants? So they moved west when the Dodgers moved west. And interesting story about that. We'll talk about it really quickly. I've already told the story that O'Malley for decades and decades was the one blamed for the Giants move when it really was Robert Moses, City Parks Planner Commissioner or something of Manhattan. Anyhow, so there was some talk, Dodgers Giants, and they moved out the West Coast, and so that rivalry that continues. Maybe not quite as storied as Yankees and Red Sox, but it's damn near close. So they became the San Francisco Giants the year they moved out there. So that was either 57 or 58. So there we go. All right, Nathaniel, just reach out to me on there, and I'll get you fixed up, buddy. All right. Here is Josh Hamilton. Now he's 1 for 2 with a run batted in this laugher, 8-1 in favor of the Texas Rangers. 2-2 pitch on the way to Josh Hamilton. Lefty swings and misses. So Claude Elliott giving up a couple taters here, but pitching marginally better than Big Six. Nobody saw this one coming. All right, here's Ian Kinsler now. Kinsler 0-for-2 against the Giants. 2 down, top of the 5th in this Boston.com tournament. Full count on the way. And check to swing. Bresnahan asking for an appeal, but he knew it was all bluff. Kinsler takes his base. That was way outside. So Kinsler, decent speed at first now. for Nelson Cruz. 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. Nelson Cruz 1 for 2. 2-run homer in this game. 2-2 pitch. Cruz tried to hold up, and this time Elliott finds the strike zone in the right way. So a run and a hit, no errors, and a man left. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. And it's still 8-1 Texas. It's going to be Art Devlin, Billy Gilbert, and Sammy Strang due up for John McGraw's Giants. So thus far, C.J. Wilson touched up for 1 run and just 2 hits, pitching a masterful ball game. Gas tank about half full now for C.J. Wilson. Full count on the way. And Devlin takes this one just outside. Ball 4. So Wilson winning the call, but this one just missing the black. Devlin on at first for his 2nd time of the day. And here's Billy Gilbert now. A 1 pitch. Gilbert swings, grounder, 3-6, and there won't be a 3. So good, strong running there by Billy Gilbert, and Andrus not able to get the throw off in time. So Billy Gilbert on in the fielder's choice, and here comes Sammy Strang now. Giants with 1 on and 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch, and there goes the runner. The throw down, the tag, and Mike Napoli not able to get the speedy Billy Gilbert. So now the Giants playing a little bit of small ball here, family, as Sammy Strang steps back in. And the 3-1 pitch, Sammy takes inside, ball 4. Is it starting to fall apart for C.J. Wilson? Again, we know the New York Giants have a lot of work to do here. So we'll see whether they put a short leash on him. Still, he's up 7 runs. So speed on the base paths. Billy Gilbert at 2nd, trailing him is Sammy Strang on 1st, and we are back at the top of the order. Sam Mertes, unsuccessful in 2 attempts. C.J. Wilson right now with 6 strikeouts to accompany 2 walks. Full count to Mertes, and he swings at a pitcher's pitch right there. 7th strikeout. Nice curveball there by C.J. Wilson. John JFW, any know what Josh Hamilton's up to these days? Did he fall back into drugs? What a waste. How about it? Jeez. Baseball's never forgotten by the best players. Shoeless Joe Jackson. Oh, how about it? Yes. And Shoeless Joe and Pete Rose. Not eligible for Hall of Fame consideration of 2008, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Or 2008, what am I saying? 2028. We got to wait 3 years? Come on. Their ghosts have waited, especially Shoeless Joe, long enough. I want Shoeless Joe in, voted in, and then Pete Rose, but I want them both in the same class. Damn it, just vote. Get it done. Do it next year. Why do we got to wait till 2028? That's dumb. Anyhow, that's in my opinion, what the baseball commissioner likes to be. Is do stupid things. All right, here's Bill Dolan, 1 for 2. So he has 50% of the Giants' hits in this game. Count full on Bad Bill. Good eye up there, and the Giants have loaded him up with 2 down. And a few people here at the Polo Grounds tentatively getting to their feet now. First time that the Giants have posed a serious threat. And here is Turkey Mike Donlin. So 7 home runs for him in 1905. Donlin today, nothing for 2. Gilbert at 3rd, Strang at 2nd, Bad Bill Donlin at 1st. C.J. Wilson rubs up the ball, leans in, twirls the ball behind his back, has a sign from Mike Napoli. And to the belt and from the stretch, and full count. And he walks in a run. Donlin taking ball 4. Good discipline up there at the dish, and New York picks up its 2nd run. So the Rangers now leading 8-2, and that will be all for C.J. Wilson. He exits the game with an 8-2 lead. He cannot lose it. Neftali Feliz is now up here for the Giants on the bump. 2-3 record in 2011 for him. 30 walks, 54 strikeouts, a 2.74 earned run average. And he will face Dan McGann. Dan McGann with a home run in this game, so he's responsible for 50% of the Giants' run. So bases still loaded here for the Gothams. 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The righty Neftali Feliz has the sign from Mike Napoli. The 1-0 pitch on the way to Dan McGann. McGann swings, lazy fly ball out to right, and that will retire the side. The Giants leave them sold out, but they pick up a run, and maybe a millimeter closer, we go to the top of the 6th. Texas leads New York 8-2, and Red Ames will now come on and pitch for the New York Giants. So Claude Elliott did a pretty fine job. Now it's up to Red Ames. Red Ames' record in 1905, 22 wins, 8 losses. A workhorse, too, 262 and 2/3 innings pitched. You're not going to hear about that these days, are you? He walked 80, walked 105, and struck out 198, an ERA of 2.74 for Red Ames. Elvis Andrus in the box now, and he is 0 for 2. Ames has a sign from Bresnahan. Here is the pitch. And Andrus swinging at the first pitch. This one a twisting fly ball out into right field. Sammy Strang going toward the line, and he makes the grab for 1 down. Neftali Feliz now in there, of course, American League pitcher, so no at bats. 1-2 pitch for him. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Red Ames chasing a little bit there. So 2 up, 2 down now, back at the top of the order for Craig Gentry, who's 1 for 2. Count full on Gentry. And just nipping the corner, Red Ames. Beautiful pitch there. So the Rangers go in order, much to the relief of this crowd here in the Big Apple. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The 2011 Rangers, representing, as our cousin John DFW says, over the New York Giants, 8-2. So to be Red Ames, Roger Bresnahan, the Duke of Traley, and Art Devlin. So there we go. All right, Neftali Feliz worked a 1/3 of an inning, stays on in relief. The 2-2 pitch on the way to Red Ames. Ames, swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball, just catching the corner, so had he not swung, he was still going to be rung up anyhow. All right, here's Bresnahan, 0 for 2. He's ahead in the count, 3 balls, no strikes. Popped out to Young last time up and draws the walk this time. So Feliz gives him a free pass on 4 pitches. Was that the unintentional, intentional walk? Well, here's Art Devlin. Art Devlin, chance to move Bresnahan over, see if McGraw chooses to play some good old-fashioned small ball here. 1-1 pitch now to Devlin. Devlin swings hard, and this one past third into left field. So here come the Giants now. Base knock number 3, and that puts Bresnahan at second, trailing him Devlin at first. Bresnahan the slower runner, but for a catcher, not slow. All right, here's Billy Gilbert now, 0 for 2. Giants trying to get something going, and Neftali Feliz and these Texas Rangers looking for an easy double play here. 1-2 pitch on the way to Billy Gilbert, and this will be 5-4-3. Pitcher's best friend, the inning-ending double play coming on the 4th pitch. So the Giants get nada nunca, and we go to the top of the 7th. And the fat lady's starting to warm up her pipes, baseball fans. What can you say? Your Giants need help. Yeah. Aaron says that Pete Rose should haunt the Hall of Fame. He should have inducted me when I was alive. So I will say this, Aaron, and this and I'm hoping that this is my own opinion, so please not some backlash. Rose was a great player, and no question he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. The difference is is Joe Jackson, Shoeless Joe, kept a low profile. I realized we didn't have mass media. Joe Jackson died in the 1950s, but 50s or 60s, trying to remember. But anyhow, in a lot of ways, Aaron, Pete Rose was his own worst enemy. He pissed off a lot of people in baseball. He was given some chances. He was even said, "Look, admit what you've done," and he just and I'm not knocking baseball's all-time great hits leader. Pete Rose was so great. He could have played in any era of baseball. Pete Rose would have been at home with these 1905 Giants just as much as he was with the Big Red Machine. And Pete Rose could teach these little mollycoddles and pink tees that are playing in 2025 a bit about baseball. Problem is his mouth was his own worst enemy in his actions. So I do know that you're a big Pete Rose fan, Aaron, because you're a Reds fan. I am also a Pete Rose fan, but I think in a lot of ways his own worst enemy. He could have been elected while he was alive, or at least there could have been a process started there. But what are you going to do? Still, it would be good to have him in. And then we have to have the conversation about Barry Bonds, which I will say I'm in favor of Barry Bonds because as a Pirate fan, um, I knew what Barry Bonds could do, and you knew this was going to be one of what he was going to be one of the goats. So, but that does open up conversation and consideration for people, like Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens and others. Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire, I don't know about those guys. But there's a lot of older Hall of Famers that still aren't, or a lot of guys that still, right? Lefty O'Doul should be in the Hall of Fame. Uh, Sherry McGee, for the 900th time, should be in the Hall of Fame. Keith Hernandez should be in the Hall of Fame. So, we'll see. All right, it's going to be Michael Young, Mike Napoli, and Adrian Beltre. Beltre in line to be player of the game. Beltre has belted 2 dingers and responsible for 3 of the Texas Rangers' 8 runs. All right, righty. Michael Young, not too shabby today. 2 for 3 red Ames with 2 strikeouts and 1 worked. Stays on in relief. 3-1 pitch on the way. Michael Young looks at 1 outside all the way, ball 4. So here we go. The woes continue for the New York Giants. And here's Mike Napoli. Mike Napoli with a 2-run shot in this game in the box. 0-2 count. Ames deals. Oh, beautiful pitch in the outside corner. That one he pulled the chain on. Little change up there by Red Ames. He picks up his 3rd K. 1 down, nowhere for Michael Young to go. And here is Adrian Beltre. And even though first base is occupied, Josh Hamilton on deck, I would actually, if I was John McGraw, I would walk Beltre. I'd give him 4 wide ones. I mean, this guy's gone yard twice. Let's see what happens. Seeing Giants pitching really well. Ames studies the sign from Roger Bresnahan. 0-2 pitch. There goes my managing acumen. So Ames just comes at him and says, I'm going to throw you a fastball, and if you can hit it, good for you. Swung right through that. 95 miles an hour on the clock. 2-way now for Josh Hamilton. Hamilton with an RBI in this game. Red Ames looking for a fairly quiet inning. 0-2 pitch on the way. Hamilton swings. Blooping liner right there to Billy Gilbert. Side retired as the Rangers do not capitalize on the walk. 7th inning stretch time here at the Polo Grounds. And Sing take me out to the ball game. And I'm going to take a swig of water here. I think Cabrera will. So Nathaniel's saying he would pass the McGwire and Sosa. I mean, you got to give credit to Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa. Baseball was in some lean times coming into, thank you, Justice Sonia Sotomayor, who kind of said, look, get back to work, guys, huh? We're going to take away your Monopoly, whatever. But you know, with Buck O'Neill's ambassadorship of baseball and that after that 1994 work stoppage, however you want to call it, you know, McGuire, Sosa, Bonds, along with Buck O'Neill, did a lot to bring the game back. And I mean, attendance went nuts. Took baseball a little while, but now we're looking at a possible work stoppage, I think, next year. And I hope that doesn't happen. As much as modern baseball kind of sucks hard, it's still baseball, baby. So, all right, to the bottom of the seventh we go. Time running out for the New York Giants. They're going to have to catch the one after 9:09. Little Beatles reference for you there. All right, we're at the bottom of the order. It's going to be Sammy Strang, then swinging around to the 1-2, Sam Murdy's, and Bad Bill Dolan. Thanks for hanging in tonight, guys. First broadcast I've done in a while. I've been doing a lot of more game tours, if you will. Don't forget this Saturday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Time on Bernie Strom's channel, we're bringing back Diamonds Dice. Bernie and I are going to be talking about the why some people, and again, we make a little open night, limited commentary though, so don't want anybody coming on taking a half hour. But why you prefer, but it's not going to be, oh, well, because digital sucks. What is it that attracts you? But Bernie and I are going to lead the conversation. Because Bernie started with cards and dice, I started with digital. And so we want to talk about just what we like about each format, not what we don't like about the other formats. So if anybody does want to come on and talk, just please understand this isn't about, well, yeah, but digital sucks because blah, 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 blah. We just want to talk about why we like each format. And I like cards and dice. I do. I mean, a lot of people will say I'm technically not rolling a dice, so I'm doing pocket pennant run, but I am playing a cards and dice game, and it is a cards and dice game. I like cards and dice. I know Paul Fay has promised to send me he has a spare copy of Status Pro Baseball. I'm really chuffed for that. I've got a cards and dice game over here from one that I loved and that ID Jester didn't because you couldn't do season replays with it, but it's brilliant. And I played Status Pro, so much University, played APA, played some Strat, but I just, I tend to gravitate toward digital, both for geographic purposes, spatial purposes, and because of things I want to do. So join in. It'll be a fun discussion, but no clickbait. It's not a clickbait thing, and nothing for argument. All right, here we go. 1-2 pitch to Sammy Strang. Sammy cuts and misses. Grabs some pine. Nice slider there by Neftali Feliz for his second strikeout. Back at the top of the order, Sam Murdy's sitting on the bubble. Nothing for 3. And the 1-2 pitch on the way from Feliz. Oh, my goodness gracious. Absolutely froze on that one. Take a seat there, pal. Another slider there by Feliz. And hang up K number 3 for him. So in 2 innings of relief, 3 strikeouts and a walk. And otherwise, a clean record. Here's Bad Bill. I don't know, cousin Ken Castro, if he's still hanging around, would like to see Bad Bill pick up another hit. He's 1 for 2. 2 down, count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dolan swings, high fly ball deep to left field. Is it enough? It's gone. There you go, cousin Ken Castro. If you are here, Bad Bill Dolan just cranked one for you, 331 feet to left field. I love Diamond Mine Baseball, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about Diamond Mine Baseball on Saturday night, but I will tell you this. So I began this channel late 2017, early 2018, took a couple years off. I'm very erratic, as you guys know. But I used to have Diamond Mine Baseball on just as kind of like background for people to read while we were doing our baseball chin wags. I thought, you know what? I love this game. Dwayne Martz was like, you know what? I broadcast whether there's 20 people watching or one person watching. And I love Diamond Mine Baseball. It has, along with Baseball for Windows, the best play-by-play in the business. As far as pure text, it's unbeatable. Nothing has come close. I mean, you know, Baseball for Windows has the Ernie Harwell announcer, which certainly helps. Oh my God, you can't deny that. I love Diamond Mine Baseball, and I've noticed when I do Diamond Mine Baseball on the channel that we get some pretty good viewership. So it's going to be continued to be featured here. It's kind of bumped Action PC, not to knock Action PC. I haven't played a lot in 2025, even offline. We will be bringing it back. But I love Diamond Mine Baseball. It's just great stuff, man. So Ken Castro is indeed here. He says yes on the Bad Bill Dolan home run, which we're going to show here in a second. Todd B says the only thing that he doesn't miss about Cards and Dice is keeping hand stats. Wore out pencils and erasers. There you go. But with Pocket Pennant Run Baseball, play any damn baseball game you want, and you don't have to worry about doing pencils anymore. Of course, I guess you can do the same with Digital Diamond. Let's have a look at the Bill Dolan home runs. That's the third run for the New York Giants. So time running out, but they're not ready to just get on that one after 9:09. Here it comes. And there she blows, Captain. 331 feet. This one almost out of the yard completely. So Bad Bill in good dead ball fashion, not even looking at any of the other players. All right, here's Mike Donlin now. I want to see Turkey Mike do something. He does have an RBI, 0 for 2, count even 2 balls, 2 strikes. And he was a bases loaded walk. And Turkey Mike, he is thinking about, what was her name, Mabel, I think it was. He strikes out to end the inning. So the Bad Bill Dolan home run, another millimeter closer for the New York Giants. We go to the top of the 8th inning here at the Polo Grounds in this one-and-done tournament. And the New York Giants just not representing well. Other older teams have moved ahead. So Texas 8 and the Giants 3. Ian Kinsler, Nelson Cruz, Elvis Andrus due up. Red Ames, his job is just to keep these Texas Rangers quiet, and he's done a good job so far. 4 strikeouts and a walk through 2 innings worked. Kinsler on the day, nothing for 2. 3-0 the count now. Kinsler takes one low, ball 4. So fastball missing low by Ames, his second strikeout of the game, or second walk of the game. And here's Nelson Cruz, 2 RBI in this game, has a homer. 1-2 pitch. Oh, and this one is going to be a wild pitch. This one getting away from Bresnahan. And Bresnahan chasing it all the way. This cavernous foul ground here. So a little slip job there by Red Ames, and Ian Kinsler moves into scoring position. 3-2 the count. Swung on, grounder to short, and they're going to look the runner back. Going to look Kinsler back, and Nelson Cruz, a victim of the old 6-3 putout initiated by Bad Bill Dolan. So 1 away now. Elvis Andrus, nothing for 2. Giants looking to close out this inning with a 2-ball here somehow, but they can't unless Ian Kinsler has some sort of base running gaffes. They do want to keep Kinsler at second. 1-2 pitch on the way. Strikeout will be good here. And a strikeout it is. This one, a little bit outside, but paints the black. Red Ames now has struck out 5. And we have us a pinch hitter. Andy Chavez will come in and bat now. Chavez, 301 average, 27 runs batted in, 5 home runs for the 2011 Texas Rangers. Ian Kinsler in scoring position at second. 8-3 your score, top of the 8th. 2-1 pitch on the way to Chavez. Chavez swings. Roller to short. Bad Bill Dolan ranging far to his left. Gets the peg to first to Dan McGann. Inning is over. So here we go, bottom of the 8th inning, and these New York Giants have 6 more chances. Darren Oliver will come on now. He will climb the hill for the Texas Rangers. a 5-5 record in 2011 with 11 walks, 44 strikeouts, and a 2.29 earned run average. Cousin Ken Castro, I have some new cast members to send you for some other thing I'm working on. Let me know if you want to see them. And I will get them along here in the next few days. All right, so the lefty ready to face Dan McGann, Red Ames, and Roger Bresnahan. 1-1 pitch on the way now. Darren Oliver ready to go against Dan McGann. And McGann swings, base hit, into left center field. All right. Oh, my God, I didn't know he was on. Well, we'll hurry this one up. All right, here comes Red Ames now. Dan McGann aboard at first. Little seeing eye single, bunt in order here. 1-1 pitch, and the bunt goes down, and they're going to go to second, and he is safe. Oh, my goodness gracious. So you got to wonder what's going on there. What was Darren Oliver thinking with a 5-run lead and everybody on their way to Legends Channel? I just saw viewership drop in half. It's all good, guys. It's all good. But what was Darren Oliver thinking? Going to second. Could have got that sure out at first. So instead, the Giants, with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th, 2 on for Roger Bresnahan. Here's the pitch. Bresnahan swings first pitch. Fly ball out to shallow center field. And making the grab there is Gentry. So the runners hold, and that will bring up Art Devlin, who is 1 for 1. 2-2 pitch. Devlin, swing and a miss on a slider. Can Billy Gilbert get something done here in the bottom of the 8th for the Giants? Nothing for 3 for the New York Giants second baseman. 2-1 pitch on the way to Gilbert. Grounded out to Adrian Beltre last time, and this time he's going to put one into right field all the way to the wall. The Giants will get run number 4. The Giants will get run number 5. Keystone sacker Billy Gilbert comes through clutch, and now they inch closer. It is 8-5. Let's have a look at that one. Not a home run, but big hit there by second baseman Billy Gilbert. 100 miles an hour off the bat, and there she blows. That's where you want, right in that alley. Lots of room out there. So Red Ames happily scores on the play. 2-run RBI for Billy Gilbert coming with 2 outs. All right, Billy pretty excited out there at second base is Sammy Strang now. Into bat, the right fielder, nothing for 2. Darren Oliver studies the sign, asks for a new ball. Man in blue tosses one out. Darren Oliver off the bump. Right, tosses the rosin bag around, climbs the mound, peers in, has the sign from Napoli, glances over his left shoulder at Billy Gilbert, ready to deal Gilbert into his lead. 3-1 pitch on the way to Sammy Strang. Sammy Strang takes one inside. This one missing a little bit inside and low. Ball 4 fastball. And that is it. Koji Uehara now will come on for these Texas Rangers here with 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. New York threatening for more. And here's Sam Murdy's. Uehara's record, 1 win, 2 losses for the Rangers in 2011. A walk, 23 strikeouts, an ERA of 4. Gilbert at second, Sammy Strang trailing at first. And the 1-2 pitch to Sam Murdy's. Oh, big strikeout by Koji Uehara, getting it just when they need it. The New York Giants, however, put 2 on the board. We go to the top of the 9th, and the Rangers lead the Giants 8-5. Red Ames will stay on. And let's see, do we have any substitutions for the Giants? We do not. All right, it will be the top of the order. Craig Gentry, Michael Young, and Mike Napoli. Count full on Craig. Swung on, sinking liner to left, and this is going to get down for a base hit. And the Rangers now in double digits. Robbie, I'm sure you're smiling up there. You got to be happy. We replayed the 2011 World Series on this channel back in 2020. And Robbie was chuffed because the Giants or the Rangers won that World Series on our channel. So we love you, Robbie. We miss you, man. Robbie's up there in heaven, still working on that 1908 replay, and he would get a chuckle at that, believe me. All right, so Gentry on at first. He was caught stealing earlier in the game. Red Ames checks the runner, peers in, has the side from the Duke of Trey Lee. 0-1 pitch. There goes the runner. Bresnahan up, a little slow this time, and Gentry has it stolen easily. Good job out there by Dahlin to pick that one off. A high throw going a little bit high there by Bresnahan. So runner in scoring position. Potential run number 9 is Michael Young back in the box. 2 for 3 on the day. And the 2-2 pitch. Michael Young, big swing and a miss. So Red Ames picking up a big strikeout there. Fastball, 90 on the gun. Here's Mike Napoli. Again, Napoli, 1 for 4. 2-run shot for him. And, wow, interestingly, here we go. So they're going to walk Mike Napoli to get to the, in this game, far more dangerous Adrian Beltre. 3 for 4, 2 dingers, 3 runs batted in for Adrian Beltre. So Red Ames going to try to induce 2 here, but Beltre just seeing these Giants pitchers just absolutely perfectly. Here's the pitch. And here's the throw down to third. The runner was going. Gutsy play. And how about that? So Craig Gentry says, I can play this dead ball game. And we've had one of the home runs in this game was inside the park home run by a Texas Ranger. All right, runners at the corners. Red Ames from the stretch. Not going to get the 2 ball, you don't think. Swung on, high fly ball, right field. This one's got the distance. Again, these short porches. And the Texas Rangers, I believe, have just put this out of reach. Adrian Beltre, who's been absolute poison. Man, I would have pitched to Napoli, but there you go. 11-5. Fat lady putting on the Viking helmet. And here's Josh Hamilton, 1 for 4, run batted in. Just still 1 out here. So Red Ames just going to finish it out here. Slow tapper to second. And pulling it out of the glove, there's Billy Gilbert. So Gilbert's clutch double ends up for naught. Commanding 6-run lead here for the Texas Rangers. When we go to the bottom of the 9th, it'll be Bill Dahlin, Mike Donlin, and Dan McGann due up for McGraw's 9. But they're getting ready for the 1 after 9:09. Said, move over, honey, you're traveling on that line. All right, Ian Kinsler, nothing for 2. Count full, or count even, 2-2. Kinsler swings. This one's slow grounder, and Kinsler, dropped there by Dahlin. Let's see, what are they going to, they are going to call it an infield single by Kinsler. Let's look at that one again. I think I don't know, that one looked more like an error to me. Hard hit ball, though. So, of course, the question always being, could Dahlin have fielded the ball? Let's have a look again. Sharply hit ground ball. Dahlin has to range to his right and bounces out of the heel of that tiny glove that he's wearing. So the official scorer making that one a hit. So that's number 12 for the Texas Rangers. And here comes Nelson Cruz now. Cruz with a home run in this game. 2 RBI. 1-2 pitch. The runner goes. And sinking liner out to center field. But Turkey Mike Donlin can cover a lot of field in the pasture. And that retires the side. But the Texas Rangers put 3 more here in the top of the 9th. Bottom of the 9th we go. The Rangers pretty much slapping around the 1905 New York Giants. And AP, how have you been? How have you been? How have you been? Good to see you, my friend. AP has some of the best funny and dry commentary that we have in here. Try to get out of here quickly. I know you guys want to get over to the Legends game. Those of you that hung out, thank you very much. Bill Dolan, really one of the few bright spots here for the New York Giants. 2 for 3, had that home run. So Mike Donlin waits on deck, and Koji Uehara will stay on just to close it out. 2-2 pitch on the way now. Donlin homered off Neftali Feliz, and this time strikes out. So second strikeout for Koji brings up Mike Donlin. Donlin with an RBI, but that was cheap. 3-1 pitch to Turkey Mike. Donlin's on board. It's a walk. But a long way to go, and what's the song say? A short time to get there. And here comes Dan McGann. McGann, another bright spot for these New York Giants. 2 for 4 today with a home run. 2-2 pitch. McGann takes called. Strike 3. So Koji bringing the fastball there, a little bit of gas. And we will have a pinch hitter here. Frank Bowerman. Bowerman, a 269 average for McGraw's Giants in 1905. 3-round trippers, 41 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. And this should be the ball game. Fly ball to right, and that is it. Nelson Cruz makes the catch, and the Texas Rangers, who were not favored in this game because of the pitching, absolutely pretty much demolish the New York Giants. They tried to make it a game, couldn't happen. 11-5. And for the Rangers, 11 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the 1905 Giants, who will be going home. The first old-timey team to actually lose in this one. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Take a quick look here. Player of the game, Adrian Beltre. Hell of a day for Beltre. I mean, just absolutely ridiculous, Adrian Beltre. He had a double in this game, big enough for that, but Beltre decides that's not enough. He had 3 home runs in this game, so there you go. Billy Gilbert had a successful stolen base. Craig Gentry, successful steal, and was caught stealing once. So the game incorrectly, I don't know, did Uehara come in a safe situation? I don't believe he did, so I don't know why he's being credited with a save. So Neftali Feliz will get the win. Christy Mathewson got rocked. Takes the loss. Allen Park Baseball just not very kind to Big Six. All right, let's just go over what we have left here as far as matchup. I could swear I did the Tampa Bay Red Sox game. No, I think I had to leave that game. I did. There was a bung up on that game. So what we have left, 2015 Royals versus the 1902 Pirates, and the 2006 Rays versus the 1912 Boston Red Sox, and that will end round 1. So that is it. That is it. That is it. Please, let's see the bracket. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back to this. So when we do play the Pirates and Royals, by the way, it's going to be Johnny Cueto versus Deacon Philippe. What the hell am I looking for? Cuz. There we go. Let's look at the box score. So first, we got to look at this. This just the absolute dominance here. Looking here at pitching. So Christy Mathewson went just 2 1/3, 6 hits, 5 runs all earned, walked 1, only struck out 3. So Claude Elliott came in, did a little bit better job than his very famous counterpart. 2 2/3 worked for him, but gave up 3 earned runs. Also walked 1, but struck out 5. Red Ames also. So these Rangers just loved Giants pitching. So leave this up here for a minute. Oh, you're welcome, cuz. I really am mystified. We remember when you, Dwayne, and me, we created all this. Mathewson just got rocked. my McGraw League. Mathewson gets rocked in Allen Park baseball, and I don't know why. I almost want to do a 1905 replay to see how Mathewson does in a replay because he gets his butt kicked in these types of things in Allen Park baseball. But Christy, you're one of the greats, obviously inaugural Hall of Fame class, and nothing to be ashamed of after all. Okay, we're going to return to our main screen, and guys, thank you very much. Don't forget, Saturday night, 10 o'clock on Bernie Strom's channel, Diamonds and Dice returns. And you're welcome, cousin. I want to thank the heart and soul of this channel, Cousin Ken Castro, for Nathaniel Avocade 8, and Todd B. Thank you for that comment, and thank you for coming in, my friend. The man of 1,000 voices, Aaron Reed. Thank you very much. AP, great to see you, buddy. Always good to see you. My good friend Jack Dawson, recent player now of Don Broad Baseball. Good news, Don Broad Baseball. Apparently, Samuel Smith has some power. He has been communicating with Richard Dabrowski, and apparently Richard is thinking, at least at this point, about changing the splash screen, fixing the UI, things like that. So good on you, Samuel. All right, John DFW, the king of Discord, was here, and happy that the Texas Rangers. Christopher Slovic sneaked in, and I didn't even see him. Oh my God, he went to a Buccos game today. So good to see you, Chris. Glad to see you back in the United States. We will get together this summer with Cousin Ken. Just got to find a game. Got to find a game. Jeff Hunter was here. Been too long since I've seen Jeff. Hopefully Jeff's doing well in the Fields of Dreams League. I don't know what they're up to these days, but I know it's doing fine. They keep trundling along. Corey Highfield, thanks for coming in, Corey. Always good to see you. Nathaniel, first one in the ballpark. All right, guys, that is it. Go enjoy some Legend Sports Universe as they are doing Division Series playoffs over there. All right. Thanks, guys. Until next time, see you around the batting cage.